The next track on the calendar as part of our F123 wet car setup series is Suzuka, and this is one of my all-time favourite tracks. Even in the rain, this track is just incredibly enjoyable. For the aero, I've gone 35 front wing and 32 rear. This increased aero over the dry setup just really helps keep the car planted through those S's and the longer, more sweeping corners. For the transmission, I've kept things exactly the same as our dry setup with 50 on throttle, 52 off throttle. Over rotation at Suzuka can be a bit of an issue, especially into places like the slope hairpin and the chicane at the end of the lap, so don't lower the off throttle diff too much. For the suspension geometry, I've got -2.6 and -1 on the camber. Again, that's the same as our dry setup. And then for the toe, I've left the front toe at 0.01 and increased the rear toe to 0.13, which is quite a big jump to be fair. This is to help with much needed stability again through those sweeping corners. For the suspension, I've gone 24 and 7 and then 5 and 1 on the anti-roll bars. It's just a little bit softer than our dry setup. And then I've increased the ride height to 36 and 39 to prevent any aquaplaning. For the brakes, I've gone our usual approach for a wet setup with 95% pressure, 55% brake bias. Again, set this to whatever you feel comfortable with. You can move the brake bias forward a little bit if you're experiencing rear locking, or keep it the same as what I've got here. Then for the tyres, I've lowered the front pressures a touch to 23.1, and I've also lowered the rear pressures to 20.3, which will help with traction a little bit, and it also helps keep the tyre temperatures in the right working window. Now please let me know in the comments below if you enjoy this track as much as I do. In the wet, this is incredibly fun, just always on the edge of the maximum grip level, and just keeping the car on track is a real challenge in itself, but in a fun way. If you enjoy this setup, please hit that like button and also consider subscribing if you want to be notified about more F123 setups. But for now guys, enjoy this setup, enjoy the track, and I will see you out on track.